Good morning. I'm John Ellsworth, founder of Success Strategies Incorporated and the creator of the Success Strategies Advantage. And I want to talk to you today about a blog that I wrote recently entitled There Is No Try. Perhaps you recall the story from Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, where the famous character Yoda, and I promise I'm not going to imitate his voice, but Yoda encourages young Luke Skywalker to rescue his spacecraft that he had gotten stuck in a bog. I'm not sure exactly what a bog is, but I think it's probably a place you don't want to park your car or spacecraft. But anyway, he wanted him to do this simply by using his mind. And you can look at the accompanying blog, and there's a link to the video if you want to refresh your memory. But it goes something like this. Young Luke looked at Yoda and said, "Okay, I'll give it a try." And his response from Yoda, and I quote, was, "No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try." End of quote. And I would suggest that we're in a similar situation today in the dairy industry. Are you facing a similar challenge? I have to explain to you that recently I've completed two client refinances. These were fairly large deals, um, but in both cases, the banks were unwilling to help. The banks were unwilling to stretch a little further than what they had historically, and I needed them to, at least in the short term, and unfortunately, they didn't do that. So just as um, sometimes the only way to change a person is to change a person, as you've heard me say before, and the same rule applies to banks. And in both cases, we changed banks. We refinanced with new lenders. And I'm happy to tell you that in the first case, that client is now in his third year of profitability, which frankly in the dairy industry, and it's not small profits either, it's quite nice. That's pretty rare for the period 2015 through 2018. The other one is on his second year, working on his second year of profitability. And I think that's just pretty flat out exciting. So you might ask, how did they do that? Well, I think first of all, they decided not to try. That doesn't mean they gave up. What that means is they did everything in their power that was necessary to change their cost structure and to become more profitable. So, what was really happening? Well, I think prior to this installation of an initiation of changes that we made in their financial programs, I think what was really happening is, and it's a real problem today, they were trying. And the difference is that trying to do something does not equal actually doing it. In fact, I think if you think about it and you observe some examples in your life, and I have this too, uh, this gives us kind of a built-in excuse for not accomplishing something because there is no real commitment to the process. So here's my advice for you as you look at your cost structure or any other challenge that you're facing in your business. I have 5 suggestions for you. Number one, forget trying. Let's follow the Nike advice and just do it. What needs to change? These are the questions you need to ask. What needs to change? What do I have to do? Who's in charge? How soon can I get it done? And measure the results. Um, realize point number two is that realize that this has all been done before. I just gave you 2 examples that I worked through in refinancing and cost cutting, combination of the two. And frankly, uh, it's just incredible. In fact, I have another client who has over the last 2 years cut their cost per hundredweight by nearly $2 per hundredweight. And that's just astounding. As my business coach, Dan Sullivan, point number 3, he says, all progress begins with telling the truth. So the ultimate decision is that you got to face where you are. Face reality as it is, not as you wish it were, but rather as it is. And we've had 4 negative years in the dairy industry. So don't expect, I mean, we need to be realistic. You're not going to turn things around in 1 month. But it helps, as I said earlier, to measure. Remember, I've said before, if we measure something, we can understand it. We understand it, we can control it. And finally, if we can control it, we can improve it. And that's crucial to your turnaround success. So remember, measure, understand, control, and improve it. Point number 4, stay committed to the process. Remember I said that the problem with having a built-in excuse of just trying is that we aren't truly committed to the process. It's like throwing a punch or a kick and going through a piece of wood. You need to decide you're going to be on the other side of that wood before you do it. Or guess what? You're going to fall short of your objective and probably hurt yourself in the meantime. Stay committed to the process. As I said before, 4 negative years financially does not lead to a 1-month turnaround. But tune out the noise, because I got to tell you, some people on these 2 turnaround and refinances thought I was crazy. Maybe I should be committed. That's a different kind of committed. But the reality is, now that the success has come for 3 years straight on one client, 2 years on the other, they're awfully quiet now, these experts who said it couldn't be done. Point number 5, I want you to maintain no sacred cows. This is not a religious thing. This is just a figure of speech. No sacred cows. Your salesman of a particular product, for example, could be your best friend. And I'm happy for that. And I'm happy for you to have such a great friendship. But the reality is, you can't help him or her if you're gone. And if you're gone, you're not going to be providing them with any sales or profits at all. So survival for your business is your first and foremost objective. Purchase only what you need to make money and stay above your break-even level. If I can assist you in calculating that, you let me know. You have my website right behind me, and I can be reached at John at success-strategies.com. You can let me know anytime I can assist you with this. And this is actually part of a new program we're offering called the Success Strategies Business Navigator Program. Check out our website, which, as I said, was right behind me. You can check it out there, apply for the program. We will look forward to being of service to you through that, or in a one-on-one basis. And again, I'm John Ellsworth with Success Strategies, the creator of the Success Strategies Advantage, and now the creator of the Success Strategies Business Navigator Program. Thank you very much.